Wow. Oh, here we go. So I don't know if you can tell by looking at me, but my mom, she definitely swam to this country. And by default, I love swimming. I'm addicted to it. I'm like an old school crackhead when it comes to water. I'm not gonna get into it unless it feels good, looks clean, and doesn't have any fentanyl in it. Yeah, so growing up, it's pretty funny having immigrant parents. You can get away with a lot of shit, but they tend to be really rough on you and really strict. And so my mom used to beat the shit out of me growing up. That was up until I was bigger than her. Then she went 0-12. Of course not. I would never lay my hands on a woman, let alone my own mother. That's what my dad was for. He was a really bad alcoholic, and he was like a really big homophobe, and he made sure like I knew that every day. Like every time I woke up, he was just like, yeah, "Don't talk to the gay people." And I'm like, "Okay, smell the whiskey on your breath. It's like 7 a.m. Please back up." And I find it ironic that he was really homophobic because his favorite beer was Bud Light. And if loving his children wasn't enough to get sober, I think a transgender supporting Bud Light would definitely set him straight. Yeah, so growing up with my mom was rough. She used to beat my ass for a lot of dumb shit I used to do. I used to get in trouble in school for the most ridiculous shit. One time I failed 2 classes with 1 teacher. So we had a parent-teacher conference, and my mom barely knew English. So she whispered in my ear in Spanish. She was like, "I'm about to slap this bitch in the face." I was like, "Whoa, do it." I don't like her either. And it was great. It was great. I love my mom. She's an amazing woman. There was this one time, me and my friends were smoking pot in the forest. I think it was like in middle school. And she was looking for me for unbeknownst reasons. And we're just sitting there, and all of a sudden we hear a ching, ching. And I look to my left, and I'm stoned. And I see my mom going through the forest with Rambo style, with a machete, with my little brother crying behind her. And I was like, "Holy shit, run, run." Yeah, we ran. I was the slowest one, if you can't tell. I wasn't a really good runner. I'm really good at hiding. When I used to run from the police, I would hide in swamps, and then yeah, it was bad. I used to get really big trouble for that. About my mom, not the cops. I'd get my ass beat again. So yeah, it was a trip, man. It was a trip. It's really weird having cousins in immigrant countries and everything. Recently, one of my cousins got really sick, so they put him on life support. And last month they pulled the plug on him. And I was talking to my mom, and she was like, "It's pretty messed up that they don't have Make-A-Wish Foundation in Dominican Republic." I was like, "What the fuck? That's like the worst place to have a Make-A-Wish Foundation." Like, can you imagine, like, your daughter's on her deathbed, and she's like, "You know what I want before I die?" You're like, "What is it, sweetie?" And she's like, "I want a BBL." What the fuck? What the fuck? You have 3 weeks to live. You can't even enjoy it. So, yeah, it was rough. My mom was really sad about it. And then I just reminded her the other day that growing up, I bought a parakeet. I was like 14. Had no responsibilities in the world to actually take care of an animal. And I named him Pepito to like make my mom feel more welcoming of him. And I only taught him 1 word. And it's not the word you're thinking. I taught him how to say queef. And so every time somebody would come over, you open the door, the little parakeet would just start blurting out, "Queef, queef." And then my little brother, he's a little slow. So he had a math tutor come to the house. And he opened the door, and immediately Pepito started going crazy, just queefing it up. And my mom got so bad. So the next day she put Pepito on the porch to get some sun. And I went out there and he was gone. So I like to think this set is dedicated to not my cousin. He was cool and all, but Babito. Thank you, everybody. That's my time.